Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another guest design layout for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I'm going to be using one of their new awesome freebie cut files. So these are available on the website. You can get them for free. You can also get these from Cut to You. They're designed by Gwen. So if you don't have a Silhouette machine or a Cricut or anything like that, you can go onto her store and buy them already cut out, and she'll post them out to you, which is super awesome. So as you could see there, I've cut out part of the heart wreath. It's kind of scalloped in a couple of layers, and there you go, it's got hearts all around the outside. Now I haven't cut the full 12 by 12 size because I only have a Silhouette portrait which only does 8 by 12. So I have cut as much of it as I could, and I'm going to go ahead and use some paper layers on the other side of the page to sort of disguise the fact that I don't have a full cut file. So this is a good way to get around if you only have a portrait or a smaller format digital cutter. So I'm using the background paper there, the peach one, which is called Lace Wing. It's the B-side. And now I'm taking this beautiful spotty paper. It's some of the offcuts that I have from previous layouts I've made. That one's called Storyteller, and then I'm taking the wood grain, which is called Natural Beauty. And these two papers I have used so much, the spot and the wood grain. They're so versatile. The wood grain is stunning. I think I have used it on every layout I've made with this collection so far. I just can't get enough of it. So here I wanted to add another layer of soft pretty goodness, so I'm taking just some crepe paper streamer in plain white and I'm making a ruffle. So the way I do this is I just lay down a line of double-sided tape. I use my ATG and then I just pleat it up and stick it to the tape as I go, and it's a really easy way to get it nice and straight, and it doesn't take too much time at all. So my camera cut me off there, unfortunately, but all I was doing was laying a strip of double-sided tape down over the top of the ruffle, or on the back side of the ruffle, just to hold it in place. Now what I'm doing is taking some single-sided adhesive foam and I'm just cutting out little squares because I want to pop up some of the cut file. You can see I backed it off camera. I'm sorry, unfortunately I didn't get to film that, but I've just used the 6x8 paper stack and I've used a few different colours. Now I'm back in the cut file with these foam squares, but I'm only going from about 2 hearts over from where it cuts off because I want to tuck the ends underneath these paper layers. So obviously I don't want to put foam all the way up to the edge. So I'm just going sort of from 2 hearts from the edge, and then everything from there is popped up on foam, if that makes sense. I really hope it does. So now I am sticking down my paper layers here, just tucking them one under the other, and then I will peel the backing off that double-sided tape that I laid down over the top of my ruffle, and that makes sure that it sticks down without going anywhere. Just trying to find the backing paper there. You can see my phone up the top there. I watch YouTube process videos. I watch scrapbooking process videos while I'm scrapbooking, so I have a huge watch later list, and that's what I do. If you're curious, when I'm scrapbooking, I pop on my watch later list and watch scrappy crafty videos. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my wreath down because it's not going anywhere. There's nowhere else on the page it can go, so I'm going to commit to it, and I'm just popping my little metal dish on the top to hold it down and make sure it dries, because I'm using tacky glue, but it does seem to take a little longer to dry on foam than on other like paper or card. So now I am trimming down my photos. I have 2 photos. Well, I have a few more, but I choose to put 2 on this layout. These are of my husband and I at just before one of our ballets. So we had season tickets to the ballet when we were younger, before we had children, and this was one right before Christmas, and we went to have a bit of a look around South Bank, and they had all these chairs and tables and tents and activities out. And so we just we got a drink and we sat down at one of the tables under an umbrella and relaxed because we were there early. So it was a beautiful day. Really nice memory. We're all dressed up. I think it's funny, we're all dressed up in our nice clothes and sitting like outdoors just in a garden. So you can see there I backed my photo on some white card, and now I'm just using some of the 6x8 paper stack to back and that photo of my husband, and then this is one of the cut apart sheets. I can't remember the name of this paper, but it will be up in the blog post, so check the link in the description if you want to go have a look at that. But it's a raspberry pink and white stripe. I really like that one. So back to my photo with that, and then I am just popping up my photos. I will do the same to the other photo, but just on bits of foam in strategic places. So because I want to tuck the bottom corner of my photo underneath the wreath, I didn't want to pop the whole photo up. I've just popped up the top, so you can see that it creates shadow on that other top photo. And I'm doing the same thing on this one, so I'm just popping up that other corner because I am tucking the bottom corner underneath the first photo, and the other corner is going to lay on top of that ruffle, so it's already going to be popped up a bit. Trying to be mindful of not adding too many layers of foam onto my layouts, or too many layers of dimension, because my albums are getting very chunky. So that was just a bit of white tissue I added behind the photo of me. Now I'm thinking about my title. Of course, I'm going to use the foam title stickers. I can't not use these. They're stunning. I thought about using that Living the Dream die cut, but it just was a bit meh. It wasn't punchy enough for what I wanted. It just sort of faded into the background a bit. So I am going to use Our Stories. Perfect for that little space. And now I'm thinking about embellishing, so I love that little die cut because it's the same pattern as the heart wreath, and it just echoed that shape and that pattern, so I really like that. Put in one of the cute bows finally. I've been trying to use these for ages. I love that there, and one of the flare buttons that says snapshots. And now I'm tucking some florals in between these paper layers to just sort of accentuate the fact that there's layers there. And you can see how many florals come in this ephemera pack because I used so many on my last layout. I used so many of the florals, and I still have heaps left. I used quite a few on this layout, and I still have more left. So yeah, there are so many die cuts in this ephemera pack. I'm really, really pleased with it. So I'm just really ruffling up that edge so it creates more dimension, and you can really see that there's layers and those flowers are peeking out. And then I'm just creating another little cluster in here. So I'm just continuing on that cluster around my photos. That's one big cluster there on either side of my pictures. I like this banner, but I end up moving it to the top. I just kind of wanted something to balance out my title at the bottom left there, so I want to create a cluster at the top right, and that pop of black on that banner just helps to draw the eye across the page. Otherwise that title is kind of taking over. So I've used a couple of stickers there. I've got a round sticker and a label sticker. That's where my date will go. And I pop in this little banner. And I'm happy with that, so I'm going to start gluing everything down now. I won't make you watch all this. I'm just taking my tacky glue and a little bit of glue behind everything. And it will cut to in a minute and everything will be glued down. I'm making sure just to glue down the base of those leaves and flowers. I don't want them glued flat to the page. So a little more foam here, and I'm just going to pop this underneath the edge of those flowers so they really pop up. Again, I'm only using one layer of foam in total across this page, so here we go. And now for some enamel dots, of course. I create a cluster up here. I mess with this a couple of times. Actually, you'll see. I just sped it up really fast because yeah, it took me a couple of times to be happy with it. There we go. Then I dotted my eye. Nearly forgot to do that. I'll put some in around the top of this cluster, and then I'll put some around near the bottom of my page, just below the title as well. Go. And I just use 3 different colours and alternated sizes. Popping in my date here, that's just my Pigma Micron pen, 0.4 I think it is, or 0.3. And then I'm taking my Uniball Signo gel pen in broad tip in white rather, and I'm doing my journaling, and I'm going to just follow the curve of the wreath and do my journaling all the way along the inside. And I actually completely mucked this up, I think, because I put Nutcracker, and I'm pretty sure it was Swan Lake upon reflection, but anyway, I don't think anyone will notice. And I did just move that little enamel dot over a bit so my journaling fit better. Okay, now for some splatters. I'm using my white Liquitex acrylic ink and just doing some teeny tiny delicate splatters all over really, just anywhere where my title isn't and my photos aren't. So I'm just covering up my title and my photos. I didn't want to get splatters on those, but otherwise, yeah, everywhere. And now just for a final little touch, I'm going to pop in some of the stickers. I'm taking these clear stickers. I use a couple of love hearts up here. Didn't like where that grey one went, so I peeled it up and I ruined it because I tore up some of the die cut there, but that's okay. I just coloured that in with my black pen and you can't even tell. And then this little arrow, I'm going to pull in some phrase stickers now off the just accessory sticker sheet. Put that up there. And a little clear sticker underneath. I put it way too close to his face, so I just peel it up quickly and move it over, and it peeled up no problem on the photo, so that's something to keep in mind. Clear stickers peel up off the photos without any problems, but I do use matte photo finish, so I'm not sure if that makes a difference. Just put in that little leaf sprig clear sticker, so pretty, and another little phrase sticker, and that will be everything. I'm just going to trim off my branding strip and the layout will be finished. Close-ups are coming up. Don't forget to go check out the blog. I'm up on there today. The link will be in the description box, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.